Like, if Clarissa comes over here with the nonsense, she's really gonna have to, fight for her life over here because she was like, this is real content. And I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I appreciate you saying that. And then shout out to Gangsta Diva because other people was like, where's part three? Where's part three? And y'all don't listen. And Gangsta Diva was like, she has to watch the other parts. She has to watch it. That's why I said I, watch clips. And this is just me saying off the clips. And then I'm watching it. I don't just get up here aimlessly and just be like, just want to talk. So I gotta observe. I gotta see what's going on. I gotta get the vibe. I gotta hear. I gotta listen. Then I gotta do research and I gotta check certain things. But I'm here just to be like, yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I saw the bullshit. I saw the bullshit where she doesn't think that she's a mistress or she doesn't think that she's a side chick. And this is where we are in society where the side chick and the mistress think they have so many rights and so much privilege and so much power that they don't think that they're the side chicks and the mistress. Just for the very fact that there is no divorce, you are the side chick and the mistress. Just like Easy the Black Captain is the side dude or the mister, whatever they call people, who are married, whatever. What are you talking about? You don't convince yourself. You guys are trying to rewrite stuff, and I don't like that you're doing that. I don't like that you do that. I don't like when women do that to other women. If the other woman was there first, respect it as long as she's being respectful. And I don't get, you never tell any story that Remy disrespected you. So I don't get why you're so round, with Remy. I don't get why you're so just, you know what I mean? I don't get why you're trying to erase her. I don't get why you're trying to, outside of the fact that she just dropped the album about you. I mean, how upset can you be that she outed you when it has profited you? I wish that Remy never did that. I wish that she wasn't reacting on her emotion. Not even so much emotion. I get it because Remy got tired of people like going on these interviews and talking shit or whatever, And so she did what she had to do. But when she did when she had to do, we seen text messages. We seen it. She uploaded them. They're still on the internet. We seen it. We seen that she was begging for flowers and his attention and his time. She was the one, like, you're the one that's married, right? You even mentioned the marriage. If it was insignificant, you wouldn't have mentioned it. You're the one that's married, right? Rather, you were saying it sarcastically, facetiously, or what? You mentioned it. So you knew that he was married. You knew that he was married. And you knew that he wasn't, talking to you in person. You like, oh, you fell asleep in the Sprint, or you knew that there was whatever, something. And anybody that comes between that, anybody, I don't care. No, we're not talking about Cardi and Stephon Diggs, but yeah, we can talk about that too if you want to. It's just that they not parading around every 2 seconds. She had a baby, whether y'all like it or not. Offset acting crazy like he don't never wanted to get divorced or whatever, right? It's not a double standard. It's just that people aren't behaving the same way. Stephon ain't running around here doing interviews acting like he's, proud to be the mister or any, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's not going on. But over here, she's glad that she's in a relationship with a married man. And then she doesn't see it like she's trying to dismiss Remy, even though Remy was trying to put her on. Even though Remy said, listen, I feel bad for you. I know he's over there talking circles around you. Papa's from Brooklyn and he's a 5%er. I don't understand. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand. He's talking circles around you. Pap just did a little, his bars in the wheels, bars on the keels, hills, whatever he was doing in the car. He just did a freestyle. And in there he said, yeah, I wish we can go back to the days where basically women wore 3/4 of cloth. And you're not familiar with that. 3/4 of cloth is what the 5% woman wore, and they're, it doesn't, and, Method Man says it too. Wear 3/4 of cloth, never showing your stuff off, boo. You know what I mean? That's that 5% shit. And a lot of them did it as control. Right? It was almost not, it wasn't even really so much done as the FOI way, but 5%ers did it as control. A lot of ones that I know anyway, and I don't, this good in, every, section of religion or spiritual belief or whatever history, but I'm just saying. And so when he said that, I was like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? You want to control. When you walked up to that girl, you're trying to sell it like a spark now. You said out of your mouth, I seen she was by herself, she had a manager, whatever, so I approached her. You approached her when she was vulnerable, when she didn't have people around her, when she didn't have her team, when she couldn't tell, you know what I mean? And then you knew that you was going to kick that Willy Bobo shit. You knew you was going to kick that shit in her ear. You knew she was naive. You know what I'm saying? You seen her. Brooklyn, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. You seen her coming. You seen her. And now you trying to sell it like a spark. When we know that's not what happened. When you was out here calling that girl ugly, you know what I'm saying, you wasn't giving her time and attention. You was making excuses as to why you wasn't with her. You was like, yeah, I got a dinner or I got to be somewhere, at my boss is having a party. You didn't even know that, did you? And he's still kicking shit. You know what I'm saying? Every dude in the hood says, I want you to have my baby. Girl, go watch Baby Boy. Go watch Baby Boy. It just so happened that he was saying it, and her and Jody ended up together. Taraji P hit Peanut or whatever. What's her name? I forgot. How Peanut was the other baby mother. Anyway, I forgot. But Taraji and him end up being together. But more than likely, when a dude is calling you for movie purposes, but when a dude is saying, "Yeah, I want you to have my baby," it's all game. He wants you to have his baby. Why? Why does he want you to have his? Why? Why would he want you to have his baby before he wants you to be his wife? If you're the love of his life, why wouldn't he be asking you for real marriage instead of the kid first? Like, what do we do? You know what I'm saying? This 3/4 of cloth man, this man that wants to be traditional, this man that wants to live, straight by the books, and he just wants love or whatever. Damn, he ain't asking you for marriage first? I know people who have kids out of order. I'm not, being on no judgmental shit like that or whatever, but why are females so wanting the kid before the marriage? And it's not like, and it would be all right if she's one of those people who don't want to get married, but she is one of those people who want to get married. That's why she was looking all Google-eyed at him when they was on the Tamron Hall interview. She wants all of that. She wants the love, the marriage, the picket fence. She wants that. She wants whatever people denied her of, whatever people said that she couldn't have, all of that. And I admire that in her. I really do. Not even to be funny. I admire that in her if she would have stayed humble with it. But she didn't. You started becoming bigger than the program, and now you think you're bigger than the wife that you're trying to dismiss. And you don't like the fact that the golden child is the golden child. That's little Remy. That is Remy's face, Remy's mannerism. And Papoose must be over there loving the shit out of her. And something in that sparks something in you. You know what I'm saying? It sparks something in you. But you would not be making this much of a mess if you're trying to have kids with somebody when he has other kids and he has a young kid that could possibly be around your kid. You're doing too much. Then you out here, you acting like, you from New York City who getting knocked out and shit like that or whatever. Then you pitting two New York dudes with each other, Queens and, Brooklyn and shit. And you trying to pit, 50, like 50, right. They're saying that he had a golden glove. He has the, whatever. I don't, is it true? But I do know that 50 can box or whatever. But even with that, saying that corny shit, what are you doing? And then you out here, like I'm saying, you out here starting shit between men. It died down. You restarting it again. And I know this interview wasn't done last week. I mean, this week it was recorded like last Friday or Thursday or whatever. But why are you starting shit between men? Like, it get dicey out here. This is not Flint. There's politics in the city. There's certain things that you say and you don't say and everything else or whatever. You like starting some shit. You're so infatuated. You're so infatuated by his gift of gab and his demeanor and, yeah, I knock a nigga. You don't know anything. You're not around. You're not in the city. You don't know anything to know who he was knocking out or who he was not knocking out. What are you talking about? You don't know anything. You don't know anything. You're trying to dismiss his whole. You're trying to hang on to one part of it, like you one of those, like you're a me. That's why I see it. You're a me. Everybody was excited by that. Oh yeah, my nigga knocking nigga out, and all stuff like that. Because you're young. Because at the end of the day, you are only 31. Pap too old for this shit to be doing this. That's why I don't like Pap anymore. He's too old and he knows what he's doing, and I don't like it. He's like, oh, Pat. And she said, oh, Pat was the one that asked me. That's the game, honey. That's the con. That's the long con. We know that Pat was the one that asked you. You're the one with the career. You got the money. That's that game. That's that game. Yeah, let me ask you for two different reasons. He know you ain't ready to have no babies right now because you want to do boxing and shit like that. He knows that. He see that you a go-getter. You know what I'm saying? Why you think he went to go get? He went to go get a go-getter. So he don't got to go get as much. Because Pat shit don't sell. He made 12 albums a year and they did not sell. The wife tried to tell you that he's going to talk circles around you. He's going to ask you for a baby. He's going to want it to be a boy. He said that. She said that to you. You don't want to listen. You rather go on these damn interviews and throw jabs and throw subs and dismiss life and everything else when we see something that you're not seeing because you're walking through here with rose-colored glasses. And I used to care. I used to really want you to get it. But now you cannot get it and fall on your ass because a lot of us had to fall on our ass to get it too.